In this session, we're going to install and configure the Elementor module on Drupal 8.6.15. We do this by going to the admin toolbar and clicking on the Extend menu link. When the list of modules shows up, we just scroll down to the Other category, and next to Elementor, we'll just click in the checkbox. We'll also twirl down our info triangle showing we're working with version 1.7 dev for Drupal 8. To enable the module, we just go down to the bottom left of the screen and click on the Install button. When we see the status message which says Module Elementor has been enabled, we're good to go. Now we just simply scroll back down to Elementor and click on the info triangle again. That should reveal 3 link categories, one for help, one for permissions, and one for configure. Now the configure link is actually mirrored in the configuration menu opposite content authoring. So that's 2 methods to go to the Elementor settings form. And when I see article and basic page in that form, that's just a reflection of the 2 content types, article and basic page, that any default Drupal installation has. For this session, though, I want to click on the structure menu, go down to content types, and click Add Content Type. Okay, so I want to type in add custom content type to the name field, and then I'm going to go down and click on Save and Manage Fields. That will add that as a custom content type to Drupal. And now I want to associate that new custom content type with Elementor. So I'll go to the configuration menu, and then once again I'll choose Configure Elementor. That shows me that, oh yeah, there's the custom content type and the node types listing. I can click in its checkbox, scroll down, and click on Save Configuration, and that custom content type, which is actually now part of Drupal, is already connected and available for Elementor. So let's actually create some content for it. So I'll put in a title, I'll call this Elementor Test, and I'll just click on the Edit with Elementor button. Okay, so when I'm in Elementor, I have a list of widgets on the left-hand side, and in the middle of the Drupal part of the page, where it says drag widget here, that's an indicator that I can grab one of those widgets from Elementor on the left and drop it into the layout for Elementor in Drupal on the right. Okay, so I'm going to click where it says choose your image, and that will open up a directory I was in on my local computer where I happen to have some images, and I can actually select one of them by clicking on it. And in fact, if I double click, that'll actually load that image into the Elementor layout. So I've got one Elementor layout, and let's set up to add some more. And so it's pretty easy to bring up the list of widgets, but I want to add some more layouts here. So I'm going to click on that plus in the middle of the red circle, and I'll pick a 3-column layout, click on that, that drops it in place. And so let's say I want to add a widgets to the left column of this new 3-column layout. I'll click on the little 9 dots, that brings up my list of widgets again. And so let's add an image widget to that left column. So I just literally drag that over the top and drop. And then in that left side there, I click once again on choose your image, get my directory back with all the images there. I'll pick a different one out, double click on it, and that will drop that in place. So I've got 2 images on 2 different layouts inside, and as you see, as I roll over top of each one of these layouts, at the top I've got the little X on the far right of each layout, and when I click on that, that says delete that layout. So I'm going to click in the folder icon that I see in the middle of the screen, and that actually is going to bring up the template library. It's broken into blocks, pages, and my templates category. So let's add some blocks. So I'm going to scroll down till I see a block that I'm interested in. And I see where it says Insert. I'll give that a click. And that's actually going to throw that block into my Elementor layout in Drupal. Okay, so that's in place. Let's do that once more. Go to the little folder icon. Click on that. I'm back in my library. I'm in the blocks category. So let's choose this one in the middle of the first block. We'll insert that, and that will throw that right after the block that I had previously inserted in my Elementor layout. And I can actually start mucking around with those. So let's say I want to change the image in there. I click in the image in the left side. I'm back to my image directory. And in this case, we're going to pick out and double click on this little hippo cartoon. That will throw that in place of the original image for that block. And as you can see, I can just start mucking around with anything that's actually in that block. So let's reset some of the type in there. Take out the existing name, and I'm going to add in the name Hippo Bob. Okay, so that's probably enough for this first item. So let's just publish this out to save it out for Drupal. And then to exit back to Drupal, I go into the upper left corner, click on that icon, and that brings up where it says I can exit Elementor to Drupal. So that's pretty much it. Till next time.